Hello and welcome to a Geek Must Have. This is a deconstruction or a teardown video of some surplus items that I got from the local university surplus center. This one I paid a whopping $3 for, and it is a low-level DC pre-amplifier model 7PB1 from the Grass Instrument Company in Quincy, Massachusetts. And as you can see, it's got some funky knobs on it, some type of a turn tuner, some more knobs, very old school. A few items on the back I can't identify just yet, but I guess my primary goal is to get these knobs off because I do a lot of steampunk design for electronic instruments. And I'm always looking for knobs that are a little out of the ordinary, and I think these will fit. And usually when I'm going along and taking something like this apart, I will have all the loose ends, little bits and bobs that I take off of this, I just toss in there with the idea when it gets full, I'll end up sorting it. Now, I'm not trying to salvage everything out of here. I'm just trying to get as much as I possibly can that might be cool for some steampunk stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Need a little extra leverage here. These have been on there for a while. The machine is so now here's the first of the knobs I got off, and as you can see, pretty nice geometric shape, kind of a goldish burnished finish on it. So we'll see if we get the rest of these off. And there's a black one. Black ones are kind of nice. There's a silver one. Type of a washer. And now that's the knob right there. And that's a nice knob. Alright. Now there's this huge tunable gadget here with a lock on it so that you can lock it. And it's got a gauge on there on the outside right here, and then an inner gauge on the inside that moves much quicker. So there's like a coarse and a finer tuning on this. I really want to see if I can salvage that. Wires holding the back on. There we go. Not a bad little piece of aluminum. And this one here. And now we can look at the guts of it. And the guts of it are all transistor based through the hole mounting components. A very basic type of PC printed circuit board. Some old parts in here that I have no idea what they are. Oh, let's see what this one is. Got some long leads. And this is the Grass Instruments battery. Well, I doubt that this is any good anymore. It was installed in October of 1986. So I gotta think that this box is at least from 1986. Yeah, and I doubt the batteries are good anymore. Oh yeah. There's a 2-year warranty expires, and I believe the date says May 7th, 1973. Yeah, this is an oldie but a goodie. I have no idea what this big honking thing on the back is. It says it's a little difficult to read. It's got markings and all sorts of other stuff on it, but that goes in the trash bin. I think this is a relay here on the side. So, trash for this. And take a look at some of the other little pieces that came off. A few nuts and bolts and bushings. And a lot of crap that came out of this thing. I wonder how long this has been sitting around. It loosened. Also twisted the shit out of the Allen head wrench. The whole thing comes off. There we go. Alright, that's that whole gear assembly. That kind of does multiple to 1 turns. And it goes from one end, and it doesn't stop. It allows you to keep going. And then there's a lock mechanism. When you engage it, it locks it in place. That looks pretty cool. I wonder what the big part behind it was. Just looks like a big potentiometer. Well, let's get that bugger off. Alright. There's that. There's a washer thingy. Pull this out. And we'll cut the wires. Yep. And it is a helipot from Beckman Industries. To hook this up to a meter and find out. Seems to turn continuously. Doesn't seem like it has a stop. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 turns from end to end. Be curious to see what the resistance on this is. We'll put those on now. And put this back on. Imagine there's some alignment if this thing turns 14 times for you to get the Doesn't turn real smooth. Maybe a shot of WD-40 on the inside of this thing might make it move a little better. But it does have a black knob. That's the part I wanted. So we got that. And one potentiometer. It's a dual gang potentiometer. And I'm finding boxes of these downstairs in my basement. I must have went on a buying spree one day. This particular unit right here has $3 marked on it. And this one here that's marked $1, that is a Shure microphone mixer. I got 6 of these for $1 a piece. I figured for $1 it was worth it for the meter and maybe the knobs and the likes. And this one for $3 has the gold, the black, and the silver Neural type knobs. And instead of the big potentiometer like the previous one, this looks like a smaller version of the same thing. We're going to look into these, find out what they got in them, and see if there's anything worth salvaging. I'm going to work on the low-level DC preamplifier first. Got the standard knobs on it, which should come off fairly easy. Little knurled metal knobs. All these knobs are machined out of aluminum. The quality on these is just exceptional. I'll go into some project. Now, the other thing I'm interested in is this lockable potentiometer. And like the previous case, sure enough, there is another one of those big variable potentiometers, just like the one I took out of the previous unit. Only instead of the antique looking knob that's kind of steampunkish, it's one of these more 60s looking digital things. But we're going to take it out anyway. And but I wonder if the only way to get this off is to wrench up on it. Up. I guess that's the way you get it off. You wrench up on it, and then there is a set screw in the side here. Right there, I should be able to get that off then. John's collection of Allen head wrenches. Nope. Okay, I went to the toolbox and found a set of these Torex bits, and one of them looks like it might be about the right size and it fits in there nicely. So we'll give this a gentle tug and see whether we can get it out. Aha! Looks like that set screw's coming all the way out. Well, there's a clue for you kiddies. If your Allen head wrenches aren't small enough, go to your Torex set. But I still don't see this thing coming off. It looks like that's a threaded end and it's got a flat side on it. So I wonder if I have to wrench this off. Probably. Let's wrench on. Oh, nope, there's a second set screw there. There's two of them. Put that won't lose them because these are up. Here it is. They're near impossible to get the right ones. And I don't have a set of set screws in a case or anything. Let's stick this in here. Yep, this one's coming out too. So there's the second one. I wonder if there's more. There's one. And there's the other one. Now I wonder, will this come off? Ah! And it popped right off of my hands. So there it is. I still have the little cover for this thing right here. I can glue that cover right back on to there. And so those two set screws held it in place on the potentiometer's knob right here. And this actually moves a little easier than the other one did. And it does have kind of a science fiction look to it, but I think it is worth keeping. A drop of super glue should put that back on there fine. Oh, it snapped right back on for me. What do you know? So I probably should put the set screws back in before I lose them. So for applications like this, I like to use my thick super glue because it tends to bond where there's some gaps. So I'm going to just put a little bit there, there, in each of the four corners. Not too much. Go to the rag bin, get a rag, and wipe some of this excess off. Well, it's actually not a bad little unit. It locks just like the other one does. I don't know if there's any real use for this, but it makes kind of a cool... I found out going online that these big potentiometers that you wind like 12 times, I still haven't measured how many ohms this is, but these are going for $22 on eBay. I don't think it's worth $22. It makes this $3 scrap piece that I have worth its weight. So the only other thing we need to do is take off the... The batteries kind of before gave me an indication of how old this is. This is a 1993 unit. It says 9334. 93, the first two numbers on that battery indicate the year of the battery. And here it says the 2-year warranty expires. Oh, 2-year warranty expires January 21st, 1982. I think the warranty's expired. Not really sure. And what did I salvage out of that for $3? I got another set of these 3 machined aluminum knobs, one of the gnarly ones, and a large potentiometer and a double gang. I think it's 500 ohm potentiometer. 500k ohms. $3? Maybe. Unless you still think these things on eBay are worth 20 bucks. Microphone mixer. Now I can't tell the date on this. It is kind of old. All the circuitry is very old style printed circuit boards. Some of the things seem to be leaking. I'm also kind of wondering what these 4 units here are. There's a big capacitor right here that I thought might be useful, but they kind of glued it to the transformer. The things I'm interested in this are the knobs on the front and the VU meter. All the rest of the parts are pop riveted in place. Even the feet on the bottom of the unit, because I have this foot fetish where I collect project feet. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be very much that's salvageable. There's a handful of screws in there, but I don't take things apart for screws anymore. And I'm certainly not going to drill out parts. These little pry tools are a savior. They usually come in a set of 3 or 4 like this. They're great for opening laptop cases. If you buy the cheap ones, they'll last you probably about a year before you bend them really bad. But as you can see, these are great for getting off knobs like this. A set of 5 knobs, and because I have 6 of these units, it means I have 30 of these knobs, various colors. They used to have red on them, I think, because there seems to be a little red tinge on them there, but it seems to be somebody put tape and stuff on them. The only other thing I'm interested in is this old style VU meter. Oh, it's going to be down. Really kind of curious as to what those might be. If anyone knows, drop me a line and let me know. Never seen those before. There we go. And we'll trim these up from the back. And there is the whole VU meter. It's one of the old style ones. I was kind of hoping it was backlit. Ah, there's a date on here. Alright, the date says February 9th, 1973. So this gives us a date as to how old this thing is, 1973. Well, VU meter was salvageable. I have 6 of these. I'll tear them all apart and just salvage the knobs and the meter. When you look at it, that might be worth $1. Maybe. Well, this is the harvest from my $21 worth of electronic surplus stuff from the local university surplus center. I ended up with one really large bag of garbage old electronic parts, which I can throw away. This will make my wife very happy. This is basically all that's left from that one big bag of garbage. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 silver of these burnished aluminum knobs. These are a little cleaning up. These would be very nice. They're cut out of solid aluminum. I got 6 black ones. I got 4 gold ones and 2 darker gold ones. I also got 6 of these turned aluminum volume knobs that have the little indicator on them, and the sides of them are knurled, and a couple of black ones. And then I got a 1 meg potentiometer, a couple of 50Ks, a 500 ohmer, 10K, 125K, and then a whole bunch of 550K. Then I have 12 of these plastic volume control knobs that are black, and 4 kind of off-whitish color ones. Then the other parts are these what they call helipots. Okay, these are very finely adjustable variable potentiometers. I have 2 with these old style kind of steampunkish look to them, and they're, you can see they're kind of on the heavy side. And then two that are a little more modern with the numbers on them that turn. And then as technology improved, the helipot got down to this size. So that's a nice little size, and this one does the same. I'll have to measure the resistance on these and find out how many turns is how many ohms. But that is the haul from that, and I'd like to call this my pot and knobs haul. I hope you enjoyed this video and possibly even learned something from it. If you like this video, then please click on the like button for me. And as always, I encourage any feedback or comments or suggestions as to things that I should be doing. If you could give a geek a break and click on that subscribe button to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Now, go take a little time and go build something.